What is up, guys? My name is Sebstar here. Welcome back to another video. Right now, I'm just gonna start roasting my story animation because I hate them. No, but to be real, ever since I've watched these things, I just figured out how terrible they are. Like this title right here, "Mom lies to me every day. I pretend I don't know." It's literally like, "I'm hungry, Mom. We don't have food." That's basically like showing YouTube that they're scarcing or like making her starve. And not saying that's like, oh, that's a big offense, but that's kind of stupid. Like, you go from "my mom saw me" with a terrible thumbnail to this, and they're doing like stuff like they like make the title seem like they're doing something like really bad, and then the video like makes it think it's kind of like that terrible type of clickbait. I just hope this isn't one of them. But right now, I'm gonna kind of be like those reaction YouTubers like Diesel Patches and yeah. I think I put like a skip card. I hope I did. So you don't have to hear me talk for like a whole 2 minutes about the starting point. But let's just get into it. I hope it there's no
Everyone
secrets
has
that
secrets, right?
dang, let me read. Okay. There are no secrets that time doesn't reveal. Gene Racine. I don't know why they put that quote.
Everyone has secrets, right? I know I do, and you probably do too.
Then why are you telling it to a whole freaking Storytime channel that shares I'm not even gonna
But I doubt there's anyone out there that has as many secrets as my parents. It all started at my 10th
biggest flex.
birthday party when two people rocked up and spilled the beans on the first.
I just want to say how the animation is just so weird. Honestly, like I just know it's gonna go from freaking Gacha Life type animation to Animal Crossing. Just wait for me to watch.
Dark secret my parents had been hiding from me. I was having the best day of my life. Finally, my parents had agreed to let me throw the
Who are you? Hello neighbor? Get that swirl off you.
princess party of my dreams, and all the girls from my class were invited. I was going to one of the best all-girl private.
The best all-girl private schools. That school does not even. That school. I don't want to say homeless shelter, but like, come on, that looks like nothing. Like the windows are freaking gray. They probably don't clean those. There's no one walking around here. What are you saying, best school, if there's no people around there to look at it? Like, I don't get it.
Schools in the country, and every time someone's birthday
What? See what I mean? They go from freaking normal to Street Fighter. What? I can't even.
rolled around, we'd compete to throw the best party. So this year,
You
I
didn't have
knew
to have
I'd win
that.
because my parents had gone all out and even rented an actual unicorn.
Okay, this is what I mean by quote unquote real stories. That's how you know it's fake.
Okay, obviously it was a horse with a horn, but
That's what I
you
was
get
about
the
to say.
picture. Plus, my house was an actual mansion, and I knew all the girls would be jealous when they saw it. And yep,
Yes, all the freaking black and gray girls. I know, I know, like they're just bad bystanders, but like at least create some color. Come on, like they really have to. No, come on, bro.
I was right. Everyone was.
No, to be honest with you, these animation channels are made once a day. Like you'll never see a day when one of these videos will not be made. So obviously they're gonna like half it, you know?
Impressed. Everyone except Bella. I'd only invited Bella because she was the most popular girl in our class.
She dead look like Tammy from Bob's Burgers.
But when she gave me my gift, I regretted ever inviting her. She handed it over with a smirk, and when
You
I
invite
opened
her in the
it, she
first place,
said,
so she should-
"Surprise! My mommy didn't believe you actually lived in a mansion because you smell so bad. So she thought maybe you could do with some soap." Bella had just ruined
That's a great way to show your thumb. I'm not even gonna.
everything. It was so awkward, and what made it worse was that all the girls
All the girls with great. Okay, I know I keep talking about that, but that's kind of lazy to be honest with you. You're paying someone from Fiverr to make this. Put some effort.
were laughing at me. All of them except for my BFF, Sarah. I was seriously about.
Shut up. I was seriously about to cry. I don't want to say man up, but come on. No one cares about her. If she's obviously a jerk, why are you like crying to her? Okay, nah, I can't even. I'll just be like, okay, I shouldn't invite you in the first place. And also, why would she even come to your party just to do that? Like, that just shows.
About to cry, but suddenly a car came revving up the driveway, and things were
What driveway? There's no driveway there.
about to get much worse than a bar of soap and Bella the bully. It was the old couple who lived next door to us who
Old couple that live next door. To be honest, they kind of look like paid actors. This Mr. Frankenstein over here, and Miss, who is that? She looks like the widow next door. Okay. What's that word?
Worked for my parents. They made such a scene and
They made such a scene. He was literally pounding on his chest like he's Donkey Kong. What the hell? Okay.
started screaming at my parents, saying it wasn't okay to have a party without their permission. And
What? It wasn't okay to have a party without their permission. It's not your house! Who cares? Like, what if it's just a chill party? Maybe they didn't yell and crap. But no, you're gonna be like, oh, I don't care. Y'all are both Karens. Screw you.
why hadn't they been invited? I didn't understand
Why haven't they been invited? 'Cause no one want to see your Frankenstein and your widow-looking self.
what was going on, but as they shouted at my dad, my mom gathered up all the girls and took them to the gate to wait for their parents. My party
Bruh. Just because some random people were like, I don't like parties, so don't have them around my house. Then why'd you decide to live there? Like, oh, why'd you have a party without permission? Does it matter? You're neighbors. You don't own the house.
was a disaster, but not as much of a disaster as what I was about to find
Look at
out.
those big hands.
After everyone
You Dee Dee bit?
had left and Bella had shouted back at me, "Your party is the worst party I've ever been to in my life, you."
Did she really do the L? Oh, nah. That's how you know they're trying to get into the trend. They're just putting up L's and everything. I know back in the day they never done that. They never done that. But they now try to do it.
Loser. My parents sat me down and told me they had something to tell me. Turns out the mansion didn't belong to us. In actual fact, the old couple owned it.
Okay, that actually makes more sense. But why would you? What? I can't even.
And they didn't work for my parents. Nope. My parents worked for them. My mom was the cleaner and my dad was the gardener. I didn't understand. Why would they lie to me like this? Then
I was gonna say why did they lie to you, but maybe they were just doing it just to like. I didn't think they really like lied to you. To be honest, I thought they just what's it called again? In all actuality, I really thought they would just, they're like begging them, can we like, have a party for once? But I was like, wait, no, they can't allow parties. So I was like, okay, now they're just lying to her. Apparently, that's just dumb.
they told me that the only reason I went to that rich girl's school was because the old couple paid for it, and that I had better behave or they might stop paying my fees. Honestly, I didn't care anymore. I didn't want to go back to school anyway because Bella would have already told everyone what a poor little peasant I was. That
What a poor little peasant I was. Don't care. Okay, rich people's schools are just so stupid. Like I hate when you go to a school and you pay a lot for the education and watch them not even learn that much. They just pay. It's like pay to win. Come on.
was a huge turning point for me. Not just discovering that my parents had lied to me, but that actually they were dirt poor. We were a
They were dirt poor. I mean, at least they were working. Don't call them poor, the heck?
charity case. And if it weren't for that old couple, would we have to live on the streets? I was so mad at
Stop doing that.
my parents. They were so ashamed and kept apologizing to me.
Oh, I'm gonna apologize for you. Boy, girl, I raised you and I gave birth to you. I don't have to apologize to you. What?
Saying they just wanted me to have the life I deserved. But I was a smart
duh.
kid. I knew there was more to it. And I was going to find out exactly.
Well, I was a smart kid. They're trying your best to give you the best life. And you're just like, I'm a smart kid. I just don't like it. Like, man up. What's you talking about? And also, did your parents not defend you when Bella literally just, oh, she smells bad. And also, that's a terrible insult. Oh, she smells bad. So? What?
What was going on. Word got out quickly, and Bella made my life hell. One day I got to school, and she was standing outside with a box that said, "Money for the Poor, aka Sasha." I couldn't believe it. People were actually dropping money in there.
LMAO.
It was humiliating. I immediately went to find
Stop that.
my BFF and told her I was feeling suspicious.
And watch her BFF be like, I'm with the popular girls now. Watch.
Even she agreed that it didn't make sense that my parents were poor because she'd seen my dad out in a Porsche before, and my mom had all those fancy clothes. Suddenly I thought, what if my parents had just been robbing the old couple? But then
My guy, what? Why are you just thinking your parents like that? They're trying to do everything for you, and you go behind their back thinking, oh, they robbed them. Like, I hate people who think they're the victim, but they're actually just idiots.
BFF said maybe my parents were hiding from someone. Maybe they'd done something bad and were undercover peasants.
Yes, maybe, but why would you think that? And also, you really look like You literally look like a deformed Candace right now.
After that, I started investigating.
Like, please stop. You're paying someone for $5 a day just to make this. At least try, please. Like, seriously, you have no nose. You got one eye that's like freaking wide open, one eye that looks like you just smoked a blunt, and what's wrong with that arm? And that big magnifying glass is bigger than your head. It's almost as tall as your whole freaking body. And why do you have that? Oh nah. Why do you have that freaking basketball cap right now? Nah, I don't want to say. I said basketball cap because it looks like a basketball, but that's just stupid.
Investigating. Anytime my parents were working, I'd snoop around in their room. My BFF was right. They had so many expensive things. Why were
Okay, yeah, never mind. I'm sorry.
they working as a cleaner and gardener? I decided to just go and ask the old couple. They liked me a lot, and now that I knew it was them that paid for my school fees and bought me all these fancy clothes, surely they'd tell me what my parents were really up to. I saw my mom cleaning their kitchen and felt so stupid. How had I been so blind before? I went to look for the old woman, but I heard her shouting and quickly ran to hide in the hall. And then I heard someone respond. Oh my gosh, she was shouting at my dad. She said, "You're putting their lives in danger. I don't want you living under this roof anymore." Then she stormed off. I ran
So y'all homeless now?
back to our house before they noticed me. Okay, so my dad had obviously done something bad, but what had he done? I wanted to help him, but that night him and my mom were fighting and I'd never heard them fight before. They were like the perfect couple. Our
The perfect couple that steals.
whole life was going downhill and I couldn't bear it. The next morning, I decided I had to speak to my dad, but when I went through the kitchen, he wasn't there. Instead, I found a note that said, "You'll both be better off without me. Sorry, girls." Oh my god.
You just called your wife girl. Okay, I'm not even gonna.
He was gone. I ran to wake up my mom and told her, and she just started screaming. I was
Oh my god! My thief husband just left! Ah!
too young to know what to do, so I went straight to the old couple's house and asked them to come help. This was all their fault. If
Oh my god, if I hear another this is all their fault crap. Oh my god, I'm about to be so mad. You know that one story from my story? I don't even think it was from my story animated. It was from oh, my little sister got kidnapped. If it wasn't for her, then I wouldn't be so overprotected. It's all Lily's fault. This reminds me of it so much.
the old woman hadn't shouted at my dad the day before, maybe he'd still be here.
Just because he shouted at him. And also, isn't everyone supposed to leave? Like, I don't get it.
I thought the old couple would be upset. After all, who would do their gardening now? But they were the opposite of upset. The old woman started laughing and said she'd been waiting for this moment for years.
Crazy lady.
I felt disgusted by her. How could she talk about my dad like that? The old couple started comforting my mom, and I wanted them to get off her. Why was my mom even letting them hug her? And then she told me something that sent my whole body into shock. They said now that my dad was gone, we could come live in the big house where we belonged. Then my mom just lost
Bro, what?
it. She pushed them away and said, "When will you stop? I don't want to live with you. You've ruined my life." The old woman tried to reach out for my mom.
No, it literally says my mom lies to me every day and I pretend I don't know. I'm so confused at this point. Like, now I don't know. Like, is she really lying to them old guys, or like, are they actually telling the truth? I'm just confused.
To calm her down, but my mom just screamed, "Mom, will you just leave me alone?" I couldn't believe it. Mom? But my mom had told me my grandparents had passed away years ago. So these people were my grandparents? Over the next few days, my mom cried nonstop, and eventually she agreed for us to move into the big house with her parents. I felt really uncomfortable with how many secrets were coming out. I just wanted to see my dad, but we couldn't get in touch with him at all. It was like he'd disappeared, and the whole time my grandparents kept saying that I should try and forget him. He'd abandoned us. I didn't believe them, though. My dad would never have done that. He loved us so much. You'd think I'd be happy.
He loved us so much. I mean, to be honest, he did really love you if he did, like, try to do everything he could. But, like, I don't think he would leave if he really did love you. He would take a stand, to be honest with you. I mean, not saying he's a little bit of a pussycat, but I'm just saying.
Now that I finally got to live in the mansion like a real princess, right? But it was horrible. My grandparents told me how my dad had gotten my mom pregnant when she was really young, and they didn't approve of him or his family. So the only way they could be together was...
So now it turned from a freaking my mom lies to me every day to a teen mom story. Yep. I'm just gonna exit that part 2 tomorrow.